While the wet weather may be back if you're in the lower mainland, that isn't the case for all parts of BC.
We're just really just trying to survive, and it's a scary situation out there.
This is Back Valley Ranch in Cache Creek. Usually the creek is filled with rushing water and cows have a place to go to drink. Now it sits empty.
That has never dried up since this place was bought in '76, and the creek ran dry this summer.
And the nearby grass, usually green to graze on, is anything but this season, which means the roughly 140 cows and many pigs this ranch grows, nourishes, and turns into meat are struggling to reach their necessary size to sell, not without digging even deeper into the ranchers' pockets as they pay higher prices for the resources needed to keep their farms running.
It's hard to get through the frost.
Take a 9-hour trip northeast from Cache Creek to Dawson Creek, and the problem is the same. Another one of the 16 out of 34 regions in BC that's sitting in high drought levels at this point in November.
We started digging around with a shovel, and there's top moisture now, but when you dig further down, it's powder. Can't even make a lump out of it.
Chris Moat's 640-acre farm grows the hay that's often necessary to feed the cows at ranches like Fredette's. But since he can't grow as much with the dry ground, what he has grown, he's had to keep mainly for himself.
Less feed constitutes higher feed prices. Higher feed prices is going to hit them in the grocery stores, which it looks like it already is.
And that pinch is being felt everywhere.
My fear is if this keeps up, that a lot of ranchers aren't going to be able to sustain this and this cost, and they're going to have to sell off stock, and that BC is going to lose, a resource of food.
And the province says this is a reality all British Columbians will have to get used to.
What we're seeing in the Northeast could happen to any one of the regions within the province. I do think we are going to see more of these cycles going forward, but also we have developed that expectation that water is always there, and it's not always there.
While the farmers and ranchers say they're not sure how much longer they'll be able to survive a dry spell, the province says if and when the recovery begins, it will take at least 1 to 2 years to return to normal, with hopes that slow, steady rain brings the dry spell to a close. Zahra Premji, CBC News, Vancouver.